South Republic politician and former special advisor to late President Shehu Shagari on National Assembly matters, Edda Tanko Yakasai has completely dismissed the popular opinions making round that the ruling All Progressives Congress APC will zone presidency to the southeast in 2023. Making the revelation in an interview with our correspondent, Tanko Yakasai also said that Governor Umahi-led Southeast defectors have not invested anything in the APC as much as Tinubu and Southwest people who have spent all their times in the party for almost 2 terms. Elder Yakasai, who's also the chairman of Comatose Northern Elders Council, was reacting to the alleged defection of Governor Umahi to APC in anticipation that presidency will be zoned to Southeast in 2023 and sincerity of the purpose of the promise. Responding, the elder statesman said, on your question about the sincerity in zoning presidency to East, from what I read from Governor Wike of Rivers State is that Umahi did that in anticipation that APC will zone presidency to Southeast, but I don't see it happening that way because Umahi did not invest anything in APC as much as Tinubu did, and as much as Southwest people who were there in APC for almost 2 terms now. For Umahi to think they can take away and deny the Southwest to produce the candidates in the coming election, despite Southwest contribution by way of votes and produce juggernauts like Tinubu and the Vice President Oshibaju is laughable, says Yakasai. He also stated that there are lots of people in the southeast that are highly educated, but when it comes to calculation, even the mathematician among them is found faulty politically. According to him, it is a faulty arithmetic anticipating APC to go to southeast in 2023, adding that you can't harvest where you did not sow. You didn't sow anything, but at the time of harvest, you begin to look for what to harvest. You didn't put in anything there. This is the kind of political ideology called political opportunism. He said why he will not advise to either way or not, but says I will make a statement that opportunists never succeed in politics or anything situation. If you're called opportunist, it's a very bad term. It's not a good compliment at all. On agitation for Jonathan to come and do second term and hand over to the North, Yakasai said it's not about handing over to the North, but to complete second term is an entitlement of Jonathan from South in line with People's Democratic Party zoning arrangements. Tanko Yakasai also said, throughout history, power is not donated, power is fought for. People look for power either through persuasion or through conquest. You can't sit down and think that people will donate power to you, particularly in a place like Nigeria, a federation of 36 states or accepted to be 6 geopolitical zones. And to think the 5 zones will surrender their right to you for whatever reasons is impossible. I always advise our friends, our compatriots from Southeast to seek power by reaching out to other parts of country because power comes through balloting, through elections. People don't vote until they are convinced, and therefore you are to tell them why they should support you. It's never donated, and this is what happened. It's something you fight for. What happened in 2015 was a political party zoned the presidency to the North. That was its own policy. Even up to today, there are some political parties that run their affairs on zoning. Even though the zoning is only a gentleman agreement, it is not constitutional. It is not legal. Even when the presidency was zoned to the North in 1999 by PDP, when Obasanjo contested, some Northerners contested. I remember Abubakar Rimi contested. So zoning is not legal, he said. According to Yakasai, where a gentleman disagrees with the agreement, there's nothing you can do about it. You go to the election and let the majority decide for it on whether or not we cede power to them. If APC zone presidency to the South and Southeast contest in 2023, Yakasai said, "I'm not a member of any political party and therefore not speaking on behalf of any party, but the point is that most of the governors in the southeast are PDP and one has defected to APC. But they are in PDP and PDP is running elections based on zoning, even though the circumstances of the death of Yaradua truncated the zoning arrangements. All the same, if Jonathan had succeeded in winning the second term, zoning could have been institutionalized in PDP because Obasanjo did 2 terms. If Yaradua had done 2 terms, both Southwest and Northwest would not put up any candidates. This is what happened, what people in the political parties APC and PDP should try to institutionalize, make it their policy that their party should be running on the base on rotation of or zoning. This is what MPN did. It was running on the basis of rotation between North and South. When PDP came, they wanted to do it between North and South, but unfortunately Obasanjo disagreed, and so politics is a gambling. But don't forget that the South-South still has the right of zoning as adopted by PDP to complete 2 terms as Obasanjo did in the name of Southwest. The quickest way to get power is for Easterners, the Igbos, to support Jonathan from South-South to complete his second term and hand over to Southeast. Since Southwest, Northwest have completed their own based on the 6 geopolitical zones and later to Northeast and Central, Yakasai said. So guys, in my opinion, from what this elder statesman has said, what they are concerned, since he's not a political person or he's not speaking on behalf of anybody, in my opinion, I would have just base your whatever to the people. Let your allegiance be to the people. If you want to talk about those who have contributed, those who have sown and they have to reap, then what about is it just all about let these particular people have the party or let them have the presidency? See now, the so-called people, somebody was making a statement that those who voted, a lot of people who died in this Borno massacre, they voted for Buhari, so they invested in Buhari. But now is Buhari paying them back? But see what he has paid them with. See what he's paying all those people, even from other regions. See what he has paid them with. They have invested. So when we talk about all this zoning, it is just all about the politicians. For them, it is their harvest. It is their time. They are the ones. When you talk about Nigeria, in the recent, practically, the politicians are the ones enjoying the dividends of democracy, not the masses. Because it's all about the harvest or the funfair of politicians. Because if you say people have invested, they've invested, who are the people gaining? Who are the people enjoying? Who are the people benefiting? It's the same politicians, but who are the people suffering the whole thing? Okay, like the man said, he said the Southwest, they've invested, good and fine. Not only their politicians, but their people have invested. So also, the Northerners, they've invested, especially who are the real people? The real people, like I always say, they are the regular people. And those are the regular people that, they have lost their lives. What are they being paid with? It is death, suffering, poverty. So when we are talking about this, we should not forget the people, because without the people, these people will not be there. The so-called politicians will not be there. What is their percentage in the first place? Who are the people that drive the economy? It is the masses. The political or the election or the politics itself, the election itself, who are the people that drive it? It is the masses. So when will there be time, or when is that time going to come for the masses to enjoy? Because we're only concentrating on these politicians. That is it. See the Northerners, the people have invested, but see what they are getting. Poverty is what they are getting as benefits. If all of this zoning, whatever they are talking about, if they are doing the right thing, it would have been a different thing. It would have been so interesting. But we are not gaining anything. We are not enjoying anything. Even if you say, oh, let them go back to the south, let the whole thing go to the south, whichever way they are going to arrange it, does it mean that will remove all the poverty, that will take away all the suffering from the people? Now, see all these people that are joining APC because of this and that. I don't think they even know what they are saying, because or what they are doing. In the recent, if you really want to make the people happy, start from the state. Each governor, what have you done? What have you done? The money you get every month, the allocation you get from the federal government, do you return it back to the federal government? Is it not for you to invest it in the people? What do you do with them? Nothing. So it is when you now get the presidency that the Nigerian economy will be better, the security situation will now get better. They are all deceiving Nigerians. And like I've said, irrespective of what happens at the end of the day, these politicians will not lose anything. It's going to be win-win for them. In terms of their lifestyle, in terms of their own family, it's going to be win-win. But what is will not be the faith of the masses? Well, Nigeria belongs to your father. You make useless, unguarded hate statements at every moment. Note, we all have stake in the country, or you brace up for the worst. Somebody is referring to Yakasai here. So guys, let's hear your opinion and let's know your thoughts on this.